Are you looking for something more in life? Do you want to be strong enough to face problems with unwavering determination? We'll learn about Miyamoto Musashi's timeless knowledge and the samurai path to spiritual awakening in this video. This is a journey of discipline, courage, and enlightenment that can change your life forever. Lesson 1. Embrace discipline. Discipline is an important part of the samurai way and can help you become more spiritual. Legendary warrior Miyamoto Musashi taught that mastering oneself is the key to success in any big project. He thought that discipline wasn't just following rules from the outside, but also creating an inner system that helps people make sure their actions are in line with their goals. Musashi wrote in the Book of Five Rings about how important it is to train with unwavering dedication. He worked at his skill nonstop, and he often said that not being disciplined would lead to mediocrity. His life is a lesson that discipline is not a burden, but a way to free yourself. It clears the mind of all distractions and helps people concentrate, so they can face the difficulties of life with clarity and determination. In our daily lives, being disciplined means having clear goals and working toward them over and over again, even when things get in the way. Discipline keeps us in the moment and in touch with our higher selves, whether it's a daily meditation practice, getting better at a skill, or making a promise to live a healthier life. When we know that discipline is a form of self-respect, it's easier to fight against putting things off, being lazy, and being afraid. Also, Musashi's life shows how important it is to keep working hard at small tasks over time. He thought that greatness isn't something you can achieve in a single moment, but something you do over and over again with care. Aspirations and accomplishments are linked by discipline, which makes dreams come true. If you want to be more disciplined, start by making daily routines. Get up early, make a list of your goals, and then stick to them. Discipline turns random energy into motion with a goal. It makes you stronger on the inside, so you can handle setbacks with ease. Discipline also helps people grow spiritually. It teaches traits like patience, humility, and persistence that are necessary to get past the ego and find inner peace. By following the disciplined road, you bring your mind, body, and spirit into balance, which makes the world and yourself more peaceful. The lessons of Miyamoto Musashi tell us that discipline is not something that holds us back, but something that helps us reach our full potential. When you choose to be disciplined, you take charge of your life and open the way to spiritual awakening. Lesson 2. Cultivate courage. The samurai spirit is all about bravery. It's not just not being afraid. It's also being able to face fear with courage and honesty. This virtue was shown by Miyamoto Musashi in all of his many fights, where he not only faced physical opponents but also his own doubts and fears. Musashi taught that the only way to be truly brave is to understand how fear works. It's normal to feel scared, but that shouldn't control what we do. His theory says that you can become more courageous by facing your fears and learning from them. He talked a lot about how important it is to prepare your mind, stressing that a clear and calm mind can handle anything. On the path of the samurai, courage is not wild bravado, but a calm reaction to trouble. It's the courage to act even when you don't know what will happen. In his famous duels, Musashi showed this by always being brave, which helped him outsmart and survive his opponents. In today's world, being brave means getting out of your comfort zone. It's about having tough talks, going after your dreams even when people don't support you, and standing up for what you believe in. It takes courage to deal with the unknowns in life and to welcome change, which often leads to growth. Musashi's lessons also stress how important it is to be strong. Being brave isn't something you do just once. You have to keep doing it to get through tough situations. Being brave makes you a stronger person, better able to handle the hard things that happen in life. To become more courageous, you should first recognize your fears and figure out why they make you feel that way. Mindfulness can help you clear your mind and calm your thoughts. Surround yourself with people who will back you and inspire and motivate you. Don't forget that showing bravery makes other people want to do the same. There is a deep spiritual side to courage as well. Giving in to the flow of life and following your journey are needed. When you work on being brave, you break free from fear and get in touch with your true self, which opens the door to spiritual awakening. For Miyamoto Musashi, his life shows how bravery can change things. You become more like the samurai spirit and reach a higher level of spiritual awareness when you face your fears and act bravely. Lesson 3. Honor your commitments. On the road of the samurai, loyalty is very important. Miyamoto Musashi thought that a warrior's word was his tie, and keeping promises showed how honest and kind a person was. He thought that not being committed to something caused chaos, while being committed to something for a long time brought focus and purpose. Musashi stressed in his teachings how important it was to fully follow the path one picked. He was always determined to reach his goals, whether they were learning how to use a sword or following the samurai code. To commit to this extent, you need to be determined and have a strong sense of duty. Honoring agreements means keeping the promises you make to other people and to yourself. Being dependable, regular, and trustworthy is part of it. In a world full of distractions, commitment keeps you rooted in your goals and stops you from giving in to short-lived wants. Musashi's theory also stresses how important it is to make sure that your actions are in line with your beliefs. He told people not to take on too much or set goals that don't have any real value. You can channel your energy more effectively and get big results if you focus on what really counts. In real life, keeping promises starts with making goals that are both attainable and important. Don't promise too much or things you can't keep. If you want to keep a promise, you have to be disciplined and persistent. Know that problems are a part of the trip and see them as chances to improve. Keeping promises also builds trust and respect in partnerships. When you always do what you say you'll do, you build a reputation for dependability and honesty, which makes your relationship stronger. Spiritually, keeping your promises shows that you are committed to growing as a person and mastering yourself. It builds self-respect and gives you a stronger sense of mission. When you keep your promises, you align your actions with your better self, which brings harmony to your inner self. Our whole lives are better because Miyamoto Musashi never gave up on his art or his beliefs. You represent the samurai spirit and move forward on the path to spiritual awakening when you keep your promises. Lesson 4. Find your purpose. Having a purpose gives your life value and direction. As Miyamoto Musashi committed himself to learning the way of the sword and living by the rules of Bushido, his life showed how powerful a goal can be. He thought that in order to be great and reach spiritual enlightenment, one had to find and pursue their mission. Musashi taught that meaning is not something outside of you that you need to find, but an inner calling that you need to follow. He often said that thinking about yourself is the best way to find out what's important. Knowing your strengths, interests, and values can help you find a reason that fits with who you really are. For samurai, service is a very important part of having a mission. It's not just about getting ahead for yourself. It's also about helping others. Musashi's goal was more than just winning duels. He wanted to share his knowledge and encourage others to live with purpose and honesty. First, ask yourself what drives you to find your meaning. What makes you happy? What obstacles make you determined? Think about what you've done and what you've learned from it. When your interests and the needs of the world meet, you often find your purpose. Once you know what your goal is, you must always work toward it. Just like Musashi, give it your all and aim for excellence. Having a purpose gives you the strength to keep going when things get tough and the focus to make choices that matter. Your spiritual journey will also be better if you live with a goal. Feeling like you're part of something bigger than yourself gives you a sense of unity and satisfaction. When your deeds are in line with your purpose, your life has meaning and makes a difference. The lessons of Miyamoto Musashi tell us that purpose is not a place you get to, but a journey you take your whole life. You reflect the samurai spirit and take a big step towards spiritual awakening when you live with a purpose. Lesson 5. Live in the present moment. Life happens in the present, and the samurai knew how powerful it was to be there. Mindfulness was very important to Miyamoto Musashi, and he told his followers to pay full attention to the job at hand. Living in the present moment was not only a way for him to be successful, it was also a way for him to become spiritually wise. Musashi taught that people should let go of their past mistakes and worries about the future. He thought that thinking about things that can't be changed or controlled made it harder to act in the moment. When you are fully present, you can face problems clearly and make choices based on what you know. Being able to change is also improved by living in the present moment. In his duels, Musashi had to be very aware of what was going on around him and how his opponent was moving. Being so aware of what was going on around him helped him act quickly and accurately, which often turned the tide of battle in his favor. Mindfulness can help you deal with stress and uncertainty in modern life. Being present gives peace and clarity, whether you do it by meditating, taking deep breaths, or just noticing what your senses are telling you. It helps you see the beauty in life and find happiness in the little things. Musashi's teachings also remind us that we need to be disciplined to live in the moment. Technology, responsibilities, or mental turmoil can all take your attention away. Focusing on the present moment gives you back your time and energy, making room for growth and happiness. Living in the present moment helps you connect with the flow of life on a spiritual level. It helps you get past your ego and feel like you are connected to everything. You can rise spiritually when you are fully present and in touch with your true self. Miyamoto Musashi's wise words tell us to enjoy the present moment as a gift. Being aware of your life gives you the samurai spirit and helps you reach clarity. Lesson 6. Embrace nature. A famous samurai named Miyamoto Musashi thought that nature can teach us and give us ideas. He said that to understand life's rules and strategies, it was important to understand the parts of nature, like earth, water, fire, wind, and void. Musashi thought that nature was like life itself and taught people how to be strong, flexible, and balanced. He often thought about the processes of birth, growth, death, and rebirth, which taught us how to deal with the problems we face in life. To embrace nature, people need to get away from the things that keep them busy in daily life and spend time in nature. Things like walking in the woods, sitting by a river, or watching the sunrise can help us feel grounded, restore our sense of wonder, and gain focus. Seeing the patterns in nature can teach us about control and flexibility, which can make our lives more harmonious. Musashi also thought that our link to nature was a key part of our spiritual growth. Mountains that are still, the sky that is so big, and the simplicity of a single flower are all signs of the greater truths of life that make us more humble and thankful. Including nature in your daily life can be good for your mind and body. Doing things that ground you, like going barefoot on the ground or meditating outside, can help you feel better and find balance. The way Musashi treated nature shows us that when we accept nature as it is, we accept life itself, and it can be both a shelter and a guide. Lesson 7. Accept death with grace. An important samurai named Miyamoto Musashi thought that accepting death was important for living a purposeful and brave life. He thought that death, like the change of the seasons, could be accepted as a normal part of life. Musashi's lesson stressed that each moment is valuable and that holding on to false ideas of permanence causes pain. To accept death with respect, you should think about how it will happen, which is called memento mori in philosophical traditions. This helps you face your fears and get clear on what you value. Thinking about death can also make us more grateful by telling us to value life and the people we care about. Musashi also said it was important to get your mind and spirit ready for death by letting go of attachments and finding inner peace through practices, meditation, and service. To accept death on a spiritual level, we have to get past our egos and realize that we are part of something permanent and unending. This point of view can give us a lot of peace, letting us live without fear and handle life's problems with bravery and style. The samurai way to spiritual awakening involves discipline, courage, commitment, a sense of purpose, mindfulness, a link with nature, and a graceful acceptance of how things change over time. We honor the samurai's wisdom and open up our own potential to live with honesty, purpose, and peace when we follow these lessons. Musashi's words and life should encourage you to follow this road, seeing problems as chances to learn and grow spiritually every moment.